are well. I am excited. Today I thought that I would try something different in regards to the expansion of these quantum tarot readings. So far we have used quantum tarot in order to pull tethers as it relates to the moon and the grid of the past. We've pulled tethers as it relates to the grid of the sun and our futures, and what we are trying to pull down from the alternative space, and what we are trying to cord and tap into using the planetary energies that are present in any given now moment, and really harness those energies. And the last time we did a reading, we were really harnessing the potential of our new moon in Aries, and we were seeing, that there was timeline shifts available to us, and some really wonderful, high vibe energies that we were pulling down. And we also were able to discern that April was going to be a month of a lot of action and aligning to these manifestations. So my idea with this, when I was meditating this morning, what came through for my team was a quantum tarot's view on pick a pile reading. So with quantum tarot, I am not going to tell you your future. I am not going to predict your future. I am not going to cord you into a timeline that's against your free will. I am not going to tell you when you're going to meet your soulmate, or any of these type of 3D typical things that we see quite a bit when it comes to how tarot's been used in our kind of mainstream society. What I wanted to do with this reading was use this new 7-card spread that I've been practicing with, and really receiving a lot of my own divine guidance from, and apply that to our obstacles to manifestation, or our blocks to manifestation. And, we all are trying to manifest certain people, places, things, desires, objects, states of being, whatever, is sparked for us at this now moment in our human journey. And so what I want to do is I'm going to do 3 piles, and I will use that as the thumbnail for this video. And what I would like you to do is to contemplate and meditate on which pile you're drawn to from a frequency perspective. And that pile is going to then be your pile. And hopefully we will get you some guidance on what energetic blocks you may be experiencing, and how to overcome those, so that you can manifest your desired outcome, or whatever it is that you have in mind to manifest right now. So I'm excited to bring this into a quantum tarot perspective, and hopefully we can get you some advice as to how to best work with whatever energies you're experiencing, and allow you to cord into a more expanded version, a higher frequency, a more exalted aspect of that energy. We are all energy, and we are corded in to so many different planetary energies at any given now moment. And what I am trying to aid you in doing is harnessing the energies that are specific to your blueprint, and that we're experiencing as a collective right now, so that you all are able to live out your highest and best lives. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I always do, and I would ask that you do with me, a copy of this prayer container. Intention is always listed in the description box below this video. And my intention with this is to create a container around these readings, so that they're not just readings They are actually tools of transmutation and healing. And in this exchange of energy, you'll come away from this feeling, that you have been able to transmute whatever energies are not serving you in this now moment. And, we're really beginning to use with Quantum Tarot these readings as a healing modality. Okay, so we gather here in this sacred space in the love and the light of the one infinite creator. Let us unify the heart and mind of our individual aspects, but not only that, as one heart and one mind and one intention, as the coalition of the crystalline heart. Allow our highest and best intentions to manifest through the messages brought forth here today. And we ask that any lower vibrational cords and tethers be healed, transmuted, and alchemized through all time space. For all in our soul groups, where it is in alignment for the soul's journey, let the guidance be clear. Let the channel be clear. Let love be our binding tether. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so this is going to be pile number one. Pile number one. So for pile number one, we are looking at this 7-card spread. And we are going to look at, for you, what obstacles, okay? What are the blocks, the energetic blocks that you have right now to aligning with or manifesting your desired outcome? And so the energies I'm going to be pulling are the past, the present, what is hidden, what is the obstacle, what is helping you right now, or who is helping you, what action can you take, and ultimately, what is the potential outcome? So the first thing I'd like to do with that is pull a tether of the past. Okay, so this is a collective reading for whomever is drawn into this frequency that I'm exchanging energy with for pile number one on obstacles to manifestation. Obstacles to manifesting desired outcome. Blame. Blame. Okay, that is the primary energy we are working with. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do here is we're going to clear the deck. And we are going to look at the past energies that are still playing out here in our present. Oh, I lost one of my cards here. What are the past energies for pile number one? Past energies. Got a jumper here. What are our present energies? What present energy is pile number one experiencing? What's our present energy of pile number one? And actually I think I'll just show these to you and then we'll go through them. Here is your past energy. Your present energy. Now we're going to find out what energy is hidden. What don't you see? What don't you see, pile number 1? What energy is hidden? I got 2 cards here and they're telling me to take them both. What obstacle? What is the obstacle? Well, we know the obstacle is blame, but let's get a little bit more clarification here. In the energy of blame here, what is the obstacle to our manifestation? Obstacle to manifesting desired outcomes. Ooh. We got this moon energy. We're in the past here. What energy is helping us? What energy is here to help us? I just want one. Spirit. Lovely. The Star. What action can we take? What action can we take? Oh, you gotta love this. Look at that High Priestess there. And what is the potential outcome of your manifestation? What's the potential outcome? Looks like we have a choice here. Okay. You just give me a second to tap into the energies. And we will get some clarifiers as well. Okay, so what I'm seeing just off the bat here is the past energy. We have the Emperor, okay, and we have the King of Pentacles for the present energy. Okay, so really, these 2 energies are perfectly aligned for manifestation. Okay, these energies that you were sitting in the past and moving into the present. Remember, because our past is always playing out in our present. Okay, so it looks to me like you were tapped into a lot of masculine energy, and that may be part of where the imbalance is coming from. But our masculine energy, we all hold masculine and feminine energy within us, and, bringing that yin and yang energy into union, into balance here within the heart chakra, and into a space where we can then take action from a unified heart and mind is when we become master manifestors. So it seems to me like you were in your power and you were feeling very confident in your manifestation abilities, and feeling like you were very abundant from a material perspective, or in the material components of life, and you were really sitting in these energies. Both the Emperor and the King are archetypes which are in their power, Not a lot of emotion though, which is why I know there's an imbalance with the male and female energy here. But, and also not very, what I'm getting from this either is not very in touch with the emotions that are playing out underneath the surface, possibly suppressing them or, disassociating from them. And the reason I can tell this, right, is although you are in the master class when it comes to manifestation in the past and the present, what's hidden under the surface is the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Okay? Now, I want you to take a look at these two individuals and their appearance and the way that they're, presenting themselves versus these two archetypes. Now, these two archetypes are in their power, they're abundant, they're in control, they're master manifestors. But underneath the surface, what is actually hidden is someone that's a Page of Pentacles. Okay? This page has not become the king. And that's okay, right? We're all aligning from one vibrational state to another. And we can't get to this vibrational state without first being in this frequency. All right? So what I see here is what's hidden underneath the surface is this page. Now, he's got this one coin. It's really big. He's not like the king, right? The king, he has his one coin here, and it's down to the side. Like, it's his. He owns it. He knows that. He's got his scepter pointing up to the alternative space. He's in touch with the universal energies. He's got all of this abundance around him. There's new growth. So not only does he have his pentacle here, he's got a lot of irons in the fire. There's a lot of other things that are, seeds that have been planted and are growing here. And behind that, he has his kingdom. He's got a secure fortress. He's rooted to the earth. You can see him here in this red. He's rooted to the earth. And he's been sitting in this energy for quite a while, right? Whereas this page here, look, he's got his heart. He's in the green here. He knows where he's going, but this is his one pentacle, and it's very important to him. It's like the one seed that he's planted in order to get to this space, right? He doesn't have anything behind him yet. You can see he's got some land, he's got some land, and he's got his one pentacle, but man, does he look kind of tired. Doesn't look like he's been taking care of himself very well. Looks kind of disheveled, and it looks to me like he's putting a lot of value and importance on his material world. And, this Nine of Cups can represent, a wish fulfilled. Okay. But in this deck, we're seeing that this guy, he's got his emotions. He's got everything that he wants, and he's kind of complacent in that. So there just wasn't enough energy, right? There wasn't enough alignment to bring this energy that's presenting itself into the physical reality yet. Okay? We just haven't aligned to this space yet. He's feeling kind of complacent. He doesn't really seem to be wanting to take much action, because he kind of already feels like he's here, which is we cannot manifest anything into our physical reality until we are aligned with the energy of it. So pile number one, you've been very good at running the slides, visualizing, getting into the energy. But then aligning to that in your now moments has been a little bit more difficult to achieve. Just kind of hidden under the surface. And that's simply because you haven't dealt with some of these lower vibrational tethers from the past. Okay? You know, the moon holds the grid to our past. And in this card, you know, there's a lot of fear here. And a lot of, doubt. And from what I've pulled here with the tether, it seems like blame. So maybe one of the reasons why you haven't been able to hold the frequency or the energy that you are in is due to this past conditioning and due to blame. Blaming others for your circumstance, for your blocks. But the next card is our helper and our action. And these are beautiful energies coming to our aid. So let's find out what we need to do to overcome the past. So I'm going to get an oracle card here to get further clarification on our obstacle. What obstacle have we been facing in the past? Why were we not able to hold this energy? What obstacle? What obstacle is pile number 1 experiencing? What obstacle? The royal you. Okay. You know, that's interesting because, you know, we're looking at these two royals, this emperor and this king. And although this is the energy that was available, this is actually the way that we were feeling, you know? So we were trying to align with this energy, but we were really feeling this energy. And we were trying to align to this emperor, someone that's a master manifester and has the ability to take action. But we really felt like it was just a wish that we wanted to fulfill. Like a belief here. And so maybe part of our obstacle that's born out of our past programming is not believing that we are royal, that we are worthy, that we are deserving. And so we're blaming that on our past instead of transmuting it. Let's take a look at the book here. Okay, so the key concepts are sovereignty. And when we are in our sovereignty, when we are in our power, we are taking responsibility for our energy and vibration. We don't experience blame. We don't feel the need to blame because we know that at the end of the day, it comes down to us. Do you know what it means to express your personal sovereignty in your life? It's about how you hold your inner sense of worth and integrity, secure in your belief that you have a unique purpose. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin, knowing who you are, and that nothing outside you can challenge your authentic self. The hard-won seat of awareness that you have earned. You are the ruler of your mind, and you're being invited now to consider what discipline you need to apply to your thoughts. Are they consistent with the values and beauty you intend for your life? Yes, and we can see that here in this card. It is important now to keep your focus on what is right and good for you as well as others. Challenges in your life at this time, no matter how large or small, must be met with a measured response. If life sends you a challenge, can you speak up and set your boundaries with grace and surety? Calm, intelligent leadership is called for now. Sovereigns know when to plan their battles, so stay out of unnecessary skirmishes and strategically wield your personal power. Now is the time to lead from the heart, from your authenticity and integrity. Hold your head high and know your worth. That is the mark of a true sovereign. This is beautiful. So, although in the past you may have blamed others for your lot in life or the circumstances you're in, you no longer need to act from a space where you're being robbed of your personal power. Because this is who you are. Lovely. And next is the helpers that are available to us. So we can see that first is a star. And this woman being depicted here, okay, she is in her power. She is in her sovereignty. She knows that she has everything that's available in the alternative space, in her vortex. She knows that she can transmute this energy. She can alchemize anything, and so can the high priestess. They have belief. Yeah, she doesn't feel the need to cover up. She doesn't feel the need to wear a mask. She doesn't feel under the surface that she's not quite yet ready, or that it's just a wish. Look at the smile on her face. She knows that star is there for her, and it's shining for her. That she is in her sovereignty and in her power. And she's transmuting this water, these emotions, and she's grounding out the energy. She's grounding out this energy. And she is bringing in the one thing that's absent from the past and present energies here. She's bringing in, and so is the high priestess, this feminine energy. Okay? These two energies, they're exact, they're precise, they are master manifestors, they are, sovereign, and they are commanding, okay? And they have the ability to take action. But what they don't have is the softness and the finesse. That's what I'm hearing, the finesse that your feminine energy does. But this action that you're taking, if you see here with the high priestess, okay, is balancing out these two pillars, this male and this female energy. She is in her power. she is tapping into her intuition, that feminine energy again, of intuition, of esoteric knowledge. And she is going into the stillness between these two polarities. She is the pillar in the middle of this duality. And whereas these two are masters of action, she is a master of intuition, of esoteric knowledge. She's going to use the tools at her disposal, and she isn't going to rush into action, into the male energy. She's going to go within, where hope springs eternal. She's going to align to this energy so that underneath, you're not feeling like this. This is what's going to give you the ability to move into this energy. So the action in this instance is actually stillness. The action is actually to go within. The action is to transmute these energies through understanding your sovereignty and letting go of blame, of others, of circumstance. And let's get a further clarification on the advice here. I'm going to pull 2 cards, one from the Oracle. What action can we take to manifest our desired outcomes? Action. Okay. Beyond the ordinary. And there's nothing ordinary about her. She is a master of intuition, of listening to the guidance from her team. And you can actually see that depicted here in this Beyond the Ordinary. You can see the unified heart and mind. You know, if you want to look at this, from a quantum perspective, you know, her eyes are closed. She's deep in meditation. She's accessing the universe within to see what's available without. And you can even see, you know, from a transurfing perspective, you know, the plate here, you know, from what I've been shown and what it looks like to me, it's actually, you know, we have this torrid in our heart, and we have these energy centers, and it's actually the fusing of the mind and the heart into one cord and tether that is the plate that actually allows us to project and to see and then bring that down. And to me, it looks like that's exactly what she's doing. Yes, exactly. It's the same energy. The key concepts are the mystical, the ineffable part of life, trusting in the invisible world without understanding it, recognizing that some things cannot be known in advance and are not meant to be grasped intellectually. The awareness that everything is as it should be, even if it doesn't make sense. Beyond our ordinary worlds, defined by our memory, our intellect, and our 5 senses, is a mystical realm of beauty, magic, and extraordinary potential. This is the spiritual realm, the quantum reality, called by some the great mystery. My team calls it the great tapestry, so that's wonderful. This place doesn't operate under the same laws we're used to, but rather has its own way of working that is perfect, though hard for us to understand. When you want to know what is to come, the nature of something, or where you're heading, it's natural to turn to a trusted oracle and expect some kind of answer that will inform your view of how things are, might be, or should be. Sometimes this is not possible because the elements cannot be named or are not yet in place. Things may still be in flux, so you cannot know and may never be meant to know. No matter how hard you try to understand why something happened or how or when it will happen, now is the time to surrender to not knowing. The mystery is a mystery because it is at present unknowable and yet unmade. Even its potential is impossible to understand. What is waiting for you lies beyond the ordinary, but it has not yet been chosen, its shape, its path, and the manner by which it will be delivered. Your job is to stay the course, allowing whatever comes to be exactly as it will, without trying to ascertain anything in advance. Wow, pile number one. So if you were coming to this reading hoping for some sort of answer from me, okay, it doesn't look like you're going to get it. It looks like your team in spirit is actually saying that the answer lies within. And that's always the case. And that's what I was saying about quantum tarot, how it's different. I'm not going to cord you into a future that doesn't yet exist. I'm not going to rob you of your free will and your sovereignty. I'm only here to help you tap into the energies that are available to you in any given now moment. But ultimately, and this is what's so cool, this was the potential outcome, the choice is yours. The choice is yours. And what's even more amazing about this is that the High Priestess is all about going within and finding your own answer. So although I can give you a sense of what these energies are and what you've been working with, only you can tell how you're going to manifest your desired outcome. And that will only be done by going within. And I think the other thing this card is really saying is that maybe you've been looking too much to outside circumstances or outside sources or outside material or advice from others, or what others are saying and doing about certain things. And maybe when that's not working out, you're experiencing blame. When in actuality, what it's asking you to do is to go within and be okay with not knowing. I know when I was in a certain phase of my awakening, I wanted to know. I had to know. I always wanted to know. I wanted to know what was around the corner, what was happening next. And sometimes that, holding on too tightly and creating that kind of sense of importance around it will actually, kind of squeeze off what's coming in and what's manifesting in your, for your desired outcome. So, yes. So I guess I shouldn't go any deeper into this because it's pretty clear that, there's some things that we just aren't meant to know. And really, it's trusting that everything is working out as it's supposed to. You are where you're supposed to be in this now moment. And that, belief and hope springs eternal is the helper that's here for you. It's that intangible knowing that your world is taking care of you, that all is well and everything is working out to the highest and best. Even if we're fumbling through and getting comfortable and not exactly knowing and the not knowing. That was hard for me. I've definitely become a lot more adept at it. you know, it's just kind of, you know, flowing from day to day, and not knowing exactly what's around the corner. And where it used to cause me anxiety, now I find it exciting. So you will get there. You will get there eventually. Okay, so let's get a little bit more clarity around this potential outcome here. And I find it fitting, you know, in looking at this, you know, further with this, you know, Two of Swords. It really is a crossroads. It really is. And, you know, you can see that she's blindfolded, but I don't necessarily feel that this is a bad thing, because, you know, to me, and looking at this from a quantum perspective, she's really turning away from the outside world, from her 3-4D reality. You know, I'd say we're in the 4D now, but you know, she's really turning away from the physical world and going within here and going into the stillness and going into the void to look for her answers. And I also, you know, see that over this gateway, right? She's gone within, you know, she's facing this choice point. She's at this choice point, at this crossroads. And the moon is hanging over that. And we know that in this reading, the moon was also your obstacle. So in order for her to access this energy of these, you know, balanced energies, she has to be willing to let go of the past. She cannot be making her decision from a point of blame, from a space of the past. I mean, she can, it's her choice. She can choose to not be in her sovereignty, not be in her power, or she can go in with the belief and the faith that her world is taking care of her. And she can make her choice and her decision from a space of knowledge, intuition. You know, because I thought it was a really interesting result card. And really, I guess the choice is up to you. The choice is up to you. As always. Let's get another advice card here. Although I think it's pretty clear what we need to do to move past these blocks, to manifest the desired outcome. Any further advice on the potential outcome? Any further advice? Wow, it's perfect, as always. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. And again, this moon so prevalent here. Oh my gosh, and you can actually see in this card the cords and tethers holding and weighing them down because their gaze is in the past. And this version of her looks like she's breaking free of that. She's no longer looking to the past. She's releasing these lower vibrational tethers because she's gone within and looked inside and using her intuition, her own intuition. You know, and I'm an energy intuitive, and and tapping into this, I was feeling this energy of like, no, like, it's hard to describe, but almost like an unease with the not knowing. Like, and I feel an unease with not exactly knowing, and that's exactly what's come out here. Okay, unbound. Just bear with me, there's no numbers or anything. Okay, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. It's time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them, uncord from them, untether. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of lives past. And it really is. Like, we really are seeing that now with these new fourth dimensional templates coming in. We no longer need to play out these same stories over and over again. This is a time when we are meant to release ourselves from this grid. What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them and they stop holding power over you. Remember in that 4-3-2-1, shedding the light of awareness. Just shedding the light of awareness, just naming it and letting it, pass through you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it's also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. That is true because we continue to create them for a reason. They're serving us in some way. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. And that's what ultimately the ego is always trying to do from its perspective, is keep us safe. It's the moving from that survival state to the thriving state, shedding that automaton within, allowing those programs to, update and, running new programs. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. Yes, that is what I was saying with this feminine energy, our intuition, our finesse, balancing in that masculine and that feminine energy. This is the taking action. This is the intuition. It's time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. And that's what's brought you to this crossroads, this choice point. Something is no longer sustainable. In the Rider-Waite, it talks about, no longer being able to sustain the status quo. And in order to, step into a new script, into a new role, we have to be willing to let go of the old one. We can't keep them both. We can't keep them both. We can't stay bound into this old energy and move somewhere new in the alternative space. Okay, so this is the guidance that I can offer you, which is an activation, okay? And that's going to be our intention here. We're going to be transmuting these to aid you when you go within now. I release all old stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, forever unbound. And so it is. Love, light, and blessings to you, pile number 1. I really hope this helped. I'm sending you all big love. Bye.
Just wanted to say I love ya. Scully loves ya. Bye.